Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Welcome. I'm on time. Good grief. Welcome to Saturday night with Conker, and lovely to see everybody here as always. We're enjoying currently the most beautiful weather. Typical, I've got to say, typical British summer, but it's not really the summer yet. It's just sort of late spring, but it really is beautiful weather at the moment, and you couldn't wish for more. Thank goodness. We've done our winter. We've had enough of that nonsense. So, what have we been up to? What have we been up to this week? I always say we're not a lot actually. The truth of the matter is that's probably about right. We have had, however, with the joy of having our grandchildren down. Granddaughter, grandson came down on Wednesday all the way from Cardiff with their mum and daughter. And we had the joys of looking after them. And they stayed Wednesday and Thursday night, went home Friday lunchtime. It was a real shame to see them go. We now have a very sticky house. Empty fridge and a little bit of mental health. Oh dear, dear. Love them the bits, don't get me wrong, but it's nice to see them go. But there we go. So that's that. And of course, Anne then shares her time then going over to see her son with our other grandchildren. Lives only over 5 miles away. So she's been quite busy and doing bits and bobs. I've been in the garage and had a good old tidy up. Been starting up my Stihl MS181 saw, ready to be sold. It starts up, runs now. It's now on the market, and I've not had a single bite on it yet. I think it's a problem here where I live. You know, people are either too tight or too poor. I'm not sure what it is. Excuse me. And I also added the Commodore B17 mower, and I was all but giving it away, quite frankly, to get that cleared. And that's gone on to eBay all over the place. And I've had a couple of people say, yeah, I want it. I'll come over on Monday. And they don't turn up. I don't know about you. There's one thing I really don't like. If people say, yeah, I want to buy so-and-so, whatever, I'll come and collect it. And then they just don't turn up. Must be Mick, I say. There we go. Hey, mate, how you doing? Remind me to put it on silent. I really do hate that, I'll be honest with you. People just tire kickers, aren't they? There's no need for it. You don't want it. You just want to have a look at it, no problem, but just say so. So I stayed in on Monday, waiting for this guy to turn up. Never even heard from him. So I must admit, I sent a stop mail back to him saying, forget about it. And, of course, I bought myself a new toy this week. I got myself a new top box for my tools. I've seen I don't have enough storage for all the tools that I would use. And everything tends to get chucked into one or two drawers, and then you can't find anything, and you rummage around. It always reminds me of Rob Small Engines. If ever you see that video we did, I mean, rummaging around and opening and closing the drawers and stuff. Well, that's the point I've got to be honest with you. So anyway, I managed to get myself another one. Now the other thing that's happened is only yesterday, last night, I popped over to my local pub. I haven't seen a couple of mates for months now, actually. So it was nice to go over and just say hello. And it was great. So it was good to catch up, a couple of beers and stuff. And a good and bad news. Another couple of friends apparently are not very well at the moment. So I've managed to make contact with them today, both of which are in the hospital. So I'm hoping them all the very best for the future. And another guy that, Paul, who said he's going to watch this tonight. I'd be interested to see if Paul turns up. He's the gentleman that I fixed his electric chainsaw for him, and then managed the chain to fly off. Anyway, got it fixed. Found out what the problem was. So, Paul, if you are watching, welcome, mate. If you're not yet starting to watch, hurry up. Come on, I've mentioned you enough already. So that's it the week, really. The gardens look absolutely lovely. And there we go. So, enough of this rambling, as it always is. I do follow a guy who builds model ships, how these plastic kits, you know, we're not talking about the Airfix kits, you know, that about that big and takes you about 20 minutes to put it together with a bit of glue in it. The glue goes everywhere and you get patches and stuff. Been there, got that t-shirt. This guy builds these huge things. God knows how much the kits cost. And I watch him every night religiously. He comes on at 11 o'clock. And I always wait up just to watch. And he's an elderly gentleman. And he gets up to all sorts of nonsense, including buying himself an e-bike. But it drives me up the wall. The amount of work he puts in, you know, it might be an hour's blog or YouTube or whatever it's called. And I'm only actually doing anything for about 10 minutes. You know, you sat there thinking, come on, trying to fast forward. But I've become addicted to the damn thing for no reason. I've got no interest in doing it myself, absolutely no interest. But I've become addicted. I must try and break the habit, they say. Right, let's have a look. See who's in the comments this evening. Let's see who we can bring down and have a yap with. As always, looking forward to it. So who was first on tonight? Well, Henry, you were first on. I see there. See you, Phil. See you soon, mate. And you actually beat Dave from DNR Small Engines. It's I know Dave always like to try and get up on the comments first. And Dave, you're more than welcome, my friend. Of course you are. Hobby Marty's here. So Klaus is here already. Good evening, Conker. Good evening to you, Klaus. Ken Small Engines. Good evening, Ken. Hope you're well. And you're saying hello to everybody, including me. Well, a lot of people may or may not know we have a closed app that a few of us get together on a almost daily basis, obviously looking for help and one thing and another. And Ken, amongst the others, he's a mountain, an absolute mountain of information. And if you want to ever know anything or find out something, Ken Small Engine is the man. I'll tell you, that's a big shout out for you, Ken. However, we did watch him repair I think it was a Mountfield mower, push mower today, and I think he managed to smoke out the whole of his neighborhood. Worth watching. Guys playing with toys. Hi, how you doing, Bill? I hope you're well, my friend. I think you're in the UK now. Yes, you are. Hanging at Paddington Hilton. Oh, we are. At you, look. Spent the day wandering London on foot. Great fun. London is a great place, Bill. No doubt I don't know if you've been there before. You probably have. And I know you're hoping to meet up with a few guys. The problem is where you're going is nowhere near where everybody is situated. But anyway, I hope you have a lovely holiday, mate. And all being well, you'll get home safely. I'm sure you will. Mac 210, good evening, Mac. Hope you're well, my friend. You're saying hello to everybody. Everybody's saying hello back to you, would you believe? Mick Hardy, good evening, Mick. How are you, my friend? And again, everybody's saying hello to Mick. Where will we be, eh? Guy is still playing with his toys. And Bruce's shop. Good evening, Bruce. Hope you're well, my friend. Looking forward to seeing you in a moment, no doubt. Hobby Motors saying hello to everybody else. Mac 210 saying hello to Bruce. Henry saying hello to everybody else. And everybody else is saying hello to Henry. Is there a theme running here, do you think? Where are we? Ken Small Engines. Hobby Motors saying to the big dog, Henry. And everybody. Henry is the elderly, I'd say the elderly statesman of this YouTube stream and indeed of the apps. And it's well worth watching his videos, by the way. He's currently doing a series all about tools, on which tools he uses, owns, prefers, and one thing and another. It's really quite interesting. And he's the only man I know of that has must have about 20 spark plug tools. I love him to bits, I really do. Brilliant guy, absolutely brilliant. Where are we? Moving on. Lewis Mowers and Boats. Lewis, good evening, my friend. I hope you're well. And Conker 98756. Thank you, mate, as always. I'm working my way down through. If I miss you, please shout. Although I think there's a lot of repeats here at the moment, thank goodness. Vincent Price, how do you guys and dolls? Where's all the dolls? Where's Stella? Is she here? We'll have a look. Bill Clement saying hello to everybody else. And I'm about halfway down through. Dirt Rider 500. Hello, my friend. How are you? I hope you're well. Ben's Workshop saying hello to me and to everybody else. Bill Clement saying hello to everybody. My goodness me, everybody's saying hello. Vincent Price indeed is doing the same. Mick Hardy, Dirt Rider. Barry Ewald. Hello, Barry. Hope you're well, my friend. Good to see you. No trees there, Conker? No. Yes. Okay, moving on. Where are we? I'm about 2/3 of the way down, and I'm going to now throw out. Oh, Ian. Good evening, Ian. Don't worry, won't come. Oh no, we've missed you, Ian. Your sense of humour is always missed and always enjoyed. The occasional F-bomb, but hey, I think that's something to do with the Scotch, maybe. And as Bruce says, there's never enough storage, and he's so right. Let's put the invite out and see who'd like to come along and have a yap. Bit of fun, maybe, even a bit of information. Who knows? I'm always looking for information and help. Never too old to learn. I was once told there's no such thing as a stupid question. You're only stupid if you don't ask the questions. So let's put this link up. Bear with me a second. Paste. Boom. Out it goes. There we go. There you go. It's gone out. So everybody's now more than welcome to come along and sit in the cellar, and I'll bring you all up as we can. Try to fix it. Hello, my friend. I've forgotten your name. Try to fix it, but I know you're more than welcome, my friend. Come on up, have a chat with us. Tar Heel Aerials, hello, my friend. How are you? Good to see you. Lewis Mowers and Boats. I think we said hello before. Bruce's shop. I'm nearly down there. I'm nearly there. I can see the cellars filling up with some good-looking dudes. And Henry. Trying to fix it. Oh, I've just jumped again. I'm sorry. Keep on going, guys. Everybody else still there? Trying to fix it. Ben's Workshop's there. Grasscutter Palmer. Hi, Tim. How are you? Grasscutter Palmer. Hope you're well, my friend. Everybody's saying hello to you, my friend, of course. And you're saying hello to everybody back again. Hello, Mower Lady. Good evening, gentlemen. Stella, I hope you're well. Do look forward to seeing you come up. It was nice to see you this morning. Indeed, it's nice to see you anytime if you're drinking your tea with Fit Flop or some such thing, chocolate biscuit. I don't know. Don't even go there. I'll tell you what, don't even go there, guys. I'm Wayne. Hello, Wayne. How are you, my friend? Good to see you, my friend. Always as always. And we're going up again. Here we go. I don't think I missed you now. I'm running way down through. And I think, yeah, we've just about said hello to everybody else. Yeah, sorry. Right, that's it. I'm at the bottom. So let's see who's in the cellar and who'd like to come along and have a chat. Let's start with the governor. Shall we? The elderly statesman. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm doing good, mate. Like the T-shirt.
Oh yeah, that's Mr. Klaus. Yep.
Yeah, well, of course, you know he's not a bad old chap on the quiet. You know, there he is. Look. Hey, Klaus, how you doing, my friend?
I am fantastic, Phil. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I did wear your T-shirt today. I wore. Was it last week? I've forgotten who it was.
That's fine.
Big Rob. Yours was the week before, so I'm trying to, and I have got feelings too, you know. Wayne, good evening, Wayne, my friend. How are you?
Good evening.
Good to see you, my friend. How are you?
I knew Henry was the mayor. I didn't know he was the governor.
He is, mate. He's our elderly statesman. Whenever we need anything sorted out, we send him out to get it sorted out.
Yeah.
And a sharp-dressed one as well. Oh.
Yeah. If ever you want to borrow a toy, he's your man, by the way. If he ain't got it, ain't worth having it.
That's right.
Good evening, Bruce. How are you, my friend?
Good.
Oh, yeah. Look at you.
Selfish.
We don't see many of those over this side of the.
Oh, there's only two in existence.
Is there only two? I wonder where the other one is by any chance.
You know, it's so worn out, it's getting holes in it. I wear it in the shop now.
Have to get yourself done some, mate. I see Mick's on the side as well, by the way, saying hello to everybody. Ken, good evening, Ken. Oh no,
I gotta change this up. I'll be right back.
You didn't get the memo?
No.
No, but you're mix and matching though, Ken, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I gotta give credit where
there you go. Look, see, you're batting for both sides here, aren't you? If you excuse me.
To be fair.
And we also got Lewis. Hello, Lewis. How are you, my
Hey,
friend?
Lewis.
How are you, fellas?
Good to see you, my friend. Are you doing well?
Yes, sir.
Great. Good to see you guys. So, I mean, I don't know what you guys been up to. As I said this earlier on, I've been really, really quiet, but it's not the first week I've been really quiet. I'm looking for work. I really am. I started working on the trike, as you know, and even that's come to a dead halt because it got too hot in the garage. No.
There,
There you go.
I'm in.
We're looking like the odd men out, Wayne and Lewis. I think we're the odd men out tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Masters.
Master.
Well, yeah, it's well, you need a little bit of variety in your life, don't you? Let's be honest with you. That's my excuse, and I'm going to stick to it anyway.
There
Don't
you
tell
go.
that to your wife.
No,
Well, you don't want to work on the same stuff every day, you know.
I'm not that stupid, but so we got, there's 32 people watching these silly old fools having a yap here, showing off their t-shirts. And of course, then you've got Mick. There we go. Look, that's all to do with your t-shirt, I think, Klaus.
I guess so.
Yeah, there you go. Look.
Nice job on those outboard motors, Brock.
Oh, I appreciate that, Wayne.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Rare that I watch outboard motor repairs, but you made them look pretty simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, once you get there, getting around it, Well, I can't brag yet. We ain't seen it run, right?
Well, we ain't seen the last one run, right?
Yeah, yep.
But it should run.
Oh, yeah.
So what is it you're actually working on, mate?
That's great.
A 15 horse Johnson.
Okay.
It's a spark issue. But I mean, you do like a process elimination with the spark with those ones.
Yeah.
Is that a 2-stroke or 4-stroke motor?
That's a 4-stroke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if it's a 2-stroke, you need to speak to Tom over in Australia. He's this guy is rapidly making himself a name for his knowledge of 2-strokes.
I'll bet you if you ask Tom, he's never worked on a 2-stroke outboard motor.
No, I bet you.
No,
I bet you he's never seen an outboard motor.
I like. Yeah. I'll go ahead, Henry.
I was going to say he's building a boat that he hasn't finished yet, and that's going to be 2-stroke.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we haven't seen that for some while, have we?
Yeah, unless he built it and it took the dive.
Oh, that little model boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I remember that.
Yeah.
You
I
never
tell you what-
finished that one?
No, he never finished it.
I tell you why we haven't seen him is because he's too much effort and blinding on his outtakes on his YouTube videos. Now that's worth watching. The outtakes. It's
He
not
goes all
for
out. He
public
goes all
convention.
out, sits in a park and brings his machine. It's pretty good.
Yeah. With the ants. Good thing they're not fire ants.
Yeah. Fire.
Oh, hang on, what's Mick saying here?
He's yapping away.
He has an old one in the other week. An old 2-stroke. Well, there you go. Look, that's something I've missed.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
I prefer 2-stroke over 4-stroke though.
Uh-oh. Man,
Oh no! Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Dangerous territory there, Lewis.
They are
Well,
the
you
worst
get
of the
more power,
devil.
It was nice knowing you. Take care.
I don't know what they mean. I really don't know.
Anyway,
They are the work of the devil. I don't
they
know.
are.
I think we went round. If we went round the panel here, you might be in the minority, mate.
Yeah, that might be.
It's
I fix them when I have to.
I just appreciate everybody tuning into my show. Yep. It's an honor.
Klaus, you should know where to get a card for a Stiga. Stiga, isn't that your brand?
Yeah, go to the dealer. They'll fix you up.
Yeah, you would
Yeah.
think.
That's his answer on the comments too.
Yeah,
But it's cheaper to go to Mix. Vincent,
it is. Yeah,
cheaper.
it is.
Mick will give it to you for free. I know he will.
Yeah. Well, the early Mountfield Stiga GGP products, it's usually long sin engines, so probably anything will fit, as long as the choke and the throttle is the same. It'll run on it.
Well,
Yeah.
I must admit, I'll leave them alone whenever I can. It's not. I've not had a lot of luck with them. Put it that way.
Yeah, I got to get me one of those green shirts, and I feel left out.
Yeah. Let
Well,
me
you gotta
fix
go-
you up. Let me fix you up with a link. Give me a
Yeah,
second.
then you get it from his link.
For sure. I'll buy one.
I need your help on that, Close.
No problem. We can do that. It's easy. Too easy.
You'll
Put it
just
in the
tell me.
comments.
You know what? I know what
I'll
you'll do.
flash it
You
up
just
here
tell me
for
to Google it.
Do they only come in green, or can you get them in other colors?
You can get them in almost any color you want.
Well, we like black, white, and red.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I did put a couple of limiters in there.
Green's the color of money.
Yeah, exactly.
Not up here.
No.
Our money looks British.
Louis, where you situated? Where in the world are you?
Right.
Michigan.
Oh, yep. Hold on.
Yeah. Hey, here, let me shut off my fan real quick. I got the fan in the shop going. Hold on.
What?
Huh? This link here. This
Put the
here
link
is
on the
for-
comment, Klaus, and
Yeah.
I'll flash on the screen.
Yeah, it's this is for North America only.
I'll flash it up on the screen for you, mate. There we go. There you
Hey,
go,
there it
guys.
is.
All right.
Did you want to copy that down a minute, and then
Yep, I'm copying it right now.
I'll leave it up there for an hour or two. Oh dear.
Phil, you're in rare form today, buddy. You're right on the ball.
On the ball, mate. Yeah. Gotta be with you guys around. I tell you what, mate. Just to hold me own, I really have. Ken, how you doing there, mate? You're a bit quiet there, boy.
Oh, busy morning,
Yeah, I mean, you've finished smoking out the whole neighborhood now.
Yeah, that one's done, and then I got Mickey Mouse out of that other one, and then of course I call him up to tell him it's ready, and he's like, "Oh, can I pick it up tomorrow?" It's like, "What happened to today?"
Yeah.
I love those.
What I said earlier on there, one thing I hate is people not turning up when they say, "Well, I want to come and buy it," whatever. That really winds me up.
I
That's
can
the worst.
get so royally pissed off that when they do finally show up, they can't buy it.
No,
Go
it's-
away.
No,
Yeah, but you haven't sold it. I know, and you can't buy it. Go.
yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Or
Disappear.
either that, I said, no, I'm sorry, it's already been sold. It can
Yeah.
sit in the garage there for another 6 months, but you ain't gonna
Yeah.
get it.
You're not gonna get it exactly.
I tell them first come, first serve, no holds when I'm flipping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jake does all of his by appointments, and some of the people, like, they don't even call and they don't show up. But when they show up the next day, he says, "You're at the back of the list. You're a week and a half out now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were supposed to be here yesterday."
Yep.
Well, it's really
Right.
just bad manners, isn't it? Bad
Oh.
manners, you know.
Oh, that's a nice nest.
That's
Yeah,
the- That's the Motel 8 right there.
Yeah.
actually, underneath the flywheel in the upper left, you can't see, but Mickey was right about there.
Yeah.
I could see his tail sticking out from under the flywheel, and I pulled it in there.
Have you ever seen one so bad that the aluminum head was just corroding from the
Oh yeah,
urine?
the urine turns
Oh,
unbelievable
unbelievable.
into like a
Yeah.
black stinky muck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rubber gloves
Yes,
and a
man, it
rubber
just
gloves
melts
and a hemostat.
Yeah.
Stella was telling me watch it because there's all that new mouse disease out now. You
Yeah,
Oh,
you can catch
the
Lyme
virus.
disease from them, can't you? Same as
Yeah.
rats. Yeah.
Antivirus.
You're saying so there's some rodent-borne disease that's current in the U.S. now or something.
Antivirus.
What is it?
I believe so.
Antivirus.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Antivirus. Yeah.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
They made me shave my beard at work because, like, once a year we had to go into an enclosure in the rurals or something. And I said, "Ugh, you're not going to go put your mask on until after you've lifted the lid."
Yeah.
So I grew my beard back in protest.
Holy
Yeah.
smokes! 2 big trucks just pulled in my front yard over here. They got all their tree cutting equipment. I guess they're going to cut my tree because it's got the branches and the wires.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get your camera. Get your camera.
Yep.
did you call him, Hank, or just from the
Oh,
electric company?
No, it's a power company, I guess.
Do they,
Hey,
have
don't
to
call
ask
them the
permission?
city side, not your side.
Do they have to ask permission and your permission, Henry, or can they just go straight ahead of it because it's power?
Well, because it's power and it's off on the side of the street,
Go give them shit, Henry.
it must be theirs.
Usually eminent domain. They can go.
Yeah,
usually
go out
the
there
first
like my
8
dad
cents.
does.
Let's see. Can I change?
Bruce, you're gonna get them locked up.
Oh, that's only that. All that means is ship high in transit. That's got nothing to do with bad weather.
Yeah.
Let's see. Settings.
How's the fires in Alberta, Bruce?
They're
Yeah.
settling down. We've got about 15 out of control now. So,
Yeah.
it's, but the warm weather's coming back, which is too bad.
Yeah. Now Nova Scotia's burning up.
Yeah, Nova Scotia's getting it bad.
Yeah, we
We
had
got
the
a
Nova
rain.
Scotia-
We got a rain.
we had the smoke on Wednesday. It was really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
You need the rain they got in Texas. 5
Man, I
inches
cannot
in
believe
like
how much rain
minutes.
you're going to Texas. It's
Well,
crazy.
we don't need that kind of rain though, because it just runs off. We need
Yeah.
it to soak in. There's still smoke in the air. You can probably hear it in my voice a little bit.
There we go. Hang on, Hank.
See that?
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Oh,
What is that, Lewis? Which
oh, yeah,
truck?
they're all loaded up.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Which
That's a
truck?
beautiful
Which
yard.
service bag is that, Lewis? Which?
I'm sorry, what?
No, there's a tree company with those white trucks called Lewis. I don't know if it's the same company.
I got the wrong glasses on. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, there's a
Not
couple
yet.
around here. Yeah, Asplund is a big tree company, and then Lewis is a big tree company.
Oh, yeah, I own it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That says Levi Tree Company.
Ah,
Levi.
damn it.
Yeah, Levi.
All those, I love how most of those companies name themselves after something that sounds so green,
Mhm.
Evergreen tree maintenance.
Yeah, they'll be cutting now. Hopefully they leave half a tree.
You go keep their saws running for them.
Mm. No.
Yeah, I went fishing this morning. I
Pardon
started
me?
out at 4:30 this morning.
Oh,
Did you catch
What'd you
anything?
catch?
Yeah. I have my daughter with me, and she rarely wants to go fishing, and that was a real treat today. Real
yeah,
cool.
good for you.
So
Yeah.
what'd you catch?
Perch,
Oh yeah, how many?
60.
Wow.
Is that legal?
Well, per person.
Yeah.
And that vessel was getting smaller.
Lake
Can you
Erie
eat
yellow
those
perch,
perch?
right?
Can you
Like-
eat those perch?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
The
right.
yellow perch, right? Not the white
Yeah.
ones.
No.
Because the perch we have here have got yellow and black stripes on the side of them.
Yeah.
Well, these ones have like black stripes, like tiger stripes.
Yeah, green and
They're
black.
really good eating. Yeah.
$21 a pound over here in Ontario.
Yeah, very expensive.
Yeah.
But they're bony, aren't they?
No.
Yeah, but what I do is I cut the head, I cut the tail, and then I cut both fins, top and bottom, and then I just peel it. And then when I deep fry it, it kind of like goes like this, when they're deep frying, and
Yeah,
then you take the bone right out the center, and that's it. Yep, there you go.
I
I
buy ours filleted from miners. That's it. Yellow perch.
Yep, yellow perch.
They actually fly those out in an aquarium out of Toronto to Japan.
No
Why?
way.
Can you look up the British perch, Ken, and put a picture up? Show the
Yeah, pick that
difference.
up. I've never seen one before.
Because we don't eat them over here.
No?
We do here.
They're, I mean, they don't tend to be that big over here either. I mean, a decent perch, a large perch would be probably 1.5, 2 pounds maximum.
Yeah, that's right. The same as here.
Yeah, yeah, about here too. Yep.
But you don't get that many, and they've got
Well-
the spines and their gill covers are very sharp, like razors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you peel it like a sticker, so you don't get all of that. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like same kind
Same
of
idea.
perch.
Yep. Well, the stripes are a little bit different.
Yeah.
European perch.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good looking fish though. Nice and clean looking.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
there we
very aggressive. There you go.
Oh yeah,
Now that
That's a
that
big.
is an acceptable.
that's a big one.
Looks like Hank.
Oh, there you go, Hank. You're famous.
Looks like a carp.
I've never ever seen a perch that big ever when I used to go fishing.
Me either.
Never seen it that big.
Yeah, we throw away the rock bass though. The rock bass and the panfish kind of
Real spiny. Spiny.
The Johnny roaches, they're panfish, but they're excellent eating. Johnny,
A lot of different panfish are really good eating, Henry. Yeah. It's the cleaning of the panfish that are just so simple, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're
When we-
nice and kind of, you know, yeah.
When we used to be young, we used to go fishing. We get our bicycles, go down to the lake, and then we take a stick, and once we catch a good sized Johnny, we'd put it through them, and we'd cook on open fire.
Oh man, that's you know where it came from. You know it's fresh.
Oh yeah.
I'm okay with eating fish, but the first time I find a bone, that's me finished.
No.
I can't buy bones. No way.
Yeah. It's sometimes I mean, they'll surprise you where they get in there.
Yeah, exactly right. There's all this fear of getting caught in the back of your throat, like
It's amazing though the price of fish. Oh my god.
Yeah. That's why. I mean, that's the reason why I really go, because I hunt in the winter and I fish in the spring and summer,
If you,
and it saves a lot of money, believe it or not.
Yeah, cod's good, but halibut's better.
Halibut,
it only saves you money if you get something.
yeah.
We get flatfish here, saltwater
Yeah.
flatfish that are
Yeah.
big.
Flounder.
Salt water.
Yeah, saltwater. Yeah, when they're pan fried in butter.
Oh yeah.
It's like placing and all that type of thing, and that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fried fillet of sole.
Any fish with a pound of butter on it.
Oh yeah. Hamburger with a pound of butter.
Brock, do you have ling cod up your way?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
bit.
they're good.
Yeah.
They're good.
Well, I know you guys got a lot of it though.
Ling cod's like got a backbone in it.
Yeah.
Well, we used to throw them out, and now I found out later in life that they were quite good.
Oh,
Yeah,
really good.
exactly. When I was a kid, we used to hear about them just, kind of like tossing,
But now they have some respect.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well,
Well, that's a little
I
bit
use
like,
this Louisiana, breading,
Yeah.
and I put it in my little deep fryer. I got it right on the, the porch here, and it's just great. I love just catching it and eating it. That's it.
Gruber.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's an ugly looking fish.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a grouper.
It tastes good though.
Yeah.
You
Kinda
don't
like
have to
grouper
worry
a little
about
bit, though.
bones, Phil. They got
Holy
a
shit!
backbone.
Look at the size of that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I was going to say they get big enough that'll eat you.
Now I still have a little bit of salmon. I went salmon fishing here in Manistee not too long ago, about a month ago, and I got a 28-inch salmon. It was nice.
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, it took me about 30 minutes to get it in, and then as soon as seen the boat, it went out about 400 yards again. As soon as seen the boat, it went. And then the planer board just went. Talk about like I was getting it in, click, 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 click. Had my harness down and everything, and the doggone thing shot 400 yards from the boat. I thought I was done, but I got it back in.
So do you freeze all your extra fish all the time? Do you keep it in the freezer? You freeze
yeah.
them all down? Yeah.
Yeah, I got a deep freezer in my basement. It's just full of deer meat and fish all the time.
Yeah. Because funny enough, I asked that question only today. I used to do a lot of fly fishing a few years ago,
Oh,
for trout, for English trout.
yeah,
And I always used to have them cold smoked, similar to smoked salmon. Delicious.
very good.
I've had a couple of them in now. They were cold smoked, vacuum packed. They've been in the freezer for at least 5 or 6 years, and I'm not sure they'd be any good now after all that time.
All
Well,
you got to do is try it.
You still do the rods, Phil?
Very, very occasionally, Ken. The eyesight is not as good as it used to be. I do the occasional repairs. I still got rods to build, but to be honest with you, mate, the eyes aren't good enough anymore.
I understand.
fly fishing is very spiritual, if you ask me. Yeah.
I don't know. I spend the whole time
There's a rhythm.
staring at the bushes to catch my.
Phil, what was that special thing you talked about? That tickler, wiggler? What was that thing called?
Oh yeah, the quiver tip that was.
We've got
Yeah,
some good
I
fly
picked
fishing
up for a
companies.
guy eventually. I've glued a new tip into the tip top eye, and I got glue in there, and he took it away and then realized he couldn't screw it in. So whatever, I fixed it eventually. It's one of the many cock-ups of my life, and there's plenty of them, I'll tell you.
You know that
Also,
movie?
I brought my
You know that movie? A River Runs Through It with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
It was filmed an hour and a half from here.
Wow, that's very cool.
Now, dropping names like that, Bruce, we just fixed the mower for Bill Murray.
No way, that's awesome.
Yeah, and he said to me, he said, we did such a good job, he's going to refer us to Howie. And I said,
That's
Howie
awesome.
who? And he said, Mandel.
Oh, that's awesome.
As long as it's not Bernstein.
That's cute.
Yeah, I don't know how many famous people you guys have ever met. I think the most famous person I've ever actually met was one of our prime ministers, whose name escapes me.
Tony.
No, I wouldn't even shake his hand. He's a war criminal. He sent our guys off to the war. No, I don't know.
Okay. We won't mention anybody else.
His successor. Yeah, none of our business, that one. That's a entirely different conversation we had, but none of our business. But yeah, I try Cameron, chap called Cameron.
Yeah,
we called him for petrol one day, and he turned up in his with his personal guard, and I saw him. I thought I'd walk over and shake his hand, and I could see his personal guard start to tense up as I walked towards him. I don't know what he thought I was going to do. But anyway, shook his hand. It turns out he's like all the rest of them at the end of the day. They're all only for their own good at the end of the day. I don't have a lot of faith in politicians, quite frankly. And I'm not going to get into politics, sorry. I went off on one then, didn't I? But there we go.
Vincent's a bad man. Send your fish to Bruce if you want it smoked.
Or to Ken, because he can do a good smoke. He just puts it in front of a lawnmower. He starts up.
Well, when it's filled 2 quarts overfilled, you get a little bit of smoke.
Yeah, you can smoke it that way.
Yeah, but you checked the oil first before you started it this time, right?
Oh yeah.
No, that was after I drained it all out and filled it with the right amount. There's so much still in the muffler.
Oh,
I
yeah.
seen that. I was like, oh shit. Yeah.
All these guys, they met all these people up.
That's very cool. Hey, the most famous people I ever met was you 6 fellas.
That was a slick move. Liz.
You're
Slick
in trouble,
move.
Brock.
I'm in trouble now.
Tell
Yeah,
you
I
what,
got
mate, you're on top of the
I
list.
got my
now, you
drink
are, mate.
today. I got my drink today for Klaus. I was like, I better have a drink today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're on whatever it is. Cheers, guys.
Tea.
Tea. Yeah. Water laced with alcohol.
And a little bit of taste.
Yeah.
And a few hops. Yeah, that's it. Lovely.
I'm happy my kids are up today. That was good. It's my first year without the kids, when they went to college and all. So,
You're free.
well, yeah, I guess you could, you fellas know how that is. So, yeah.
They leave home.
They bring their laundry, by the way.
And then empty the fridge. That's the other
They
thing.
empty the fridge. That's for sure. Yeah, and the pocket. So I play big pocket, little pocket when they come up.
Come on, Dad, bring your wallet.
Well, the left one's got the money, and the right one's all I show. So
Smart move.
Well,
Yeah.
I learned that move about a month ago.
Kenny, my best oil story was the American. No disrespect to you from the USA, but
Oh,
the
no.
guy was an American. And he gave me hell because I told him that I had to change his oil because it was way overfilled and black and dirty. And anyways, the guy argued with me on the phone for a half hour. I told him to drive down. He came down, he looked at the riding mower. I pulled the dipstick out. He said, "See, I told you it wasn't overfilled. It's right at the full mark." And I said, "Yeah, but you see the arrow from the full mark goes down about
Oh,
4
goodness.
inches to that little tiny hash mark?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "That's where it's full. The word is that is not where you." He was filling it to the word.
With the customers,
Oh, no,
they
I
say
filled it.
more is better.
Oh no, I filled it right to the full mark. He says.
Yeah, right to the full mark.
What was that, Bruce?
Well, you guys are talking about oil. You know how I've been spilling gas? Well,
Yeah.
I got a new career.
Wow.
Oh man, you know what that is? That's not having that extension, right, Bruce?
Well, there's no good way. I used my pan to get the oil out of that tractor, and everything went well until I tried to get the pan out from underneath.
Oh, you hit
Oh,
something?
then
Don't
spilled
you
it.
hate that?
Yeah.
You got to make a left turn on the steering wheel when you're taking over.
Yeah.
Bruce, why don't you use the oil suction
Extractor.
thing? Yeah.
So
Well, you
anyway,
know what they say,
That
guys?
thing's pretty
A
cool.
little knowledge is dangerous.
and then you know what I did, Klaus, because you wanted to see the antifreeze come out of that tractor,
Uh-huh.
right? So I followed the instructions perfectly, where you take this little hose off the water pump instead of undoing the big hose.
Mhm.
Sploosh right after I had that oil cleaned up.
I'm sorry.
So it's coming out next week, guys. Stay tuned to this computer screen near you.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest
Shameless
mistake
plug.
I once made was, this was some while ago. I dipped the oil and I left the dipstick out and started up.
Oh, I've done that many times.
I've still got that the T-shirt
I think
to this day as a
my bit-
reminder.
my best story is a guy calls me up and says if I want to look at his 2 mowers, push mowers, and I go sure. And he brings them over, and they look brand spanking new. I said, "What's wrong with them? They won't start." Okay. Why? Well, see, I went to the store and picked this one up. Went home, started it, mowed for about 3 minutes, and then it wouldn't run. So I went and got another one.
He did it
And
again.
did the same thing. I said, "Okay, did you put any oil in it?" Oil?
Oil?
Poor guy ruined 2 mowers. They were completely seized.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Because that package is always in the bottom of the box, but you got to go in the box to look for everything.
Yeah, but sometimes they come without it.
Yeah, oh yeah, the cheap.
I've
the
seen
cheap
a lot
ones.
that don't have the oil with them.
Yeah.
Now, over
Oh,
here,
yeah.
the UK, they don't come with oil. They
Yeah,
come
you get
with
them from the big box
Depends on what brand you buy. If it's the cheaper models, they don't come with anything.
Yeah.
Usually, though, there's a tag on the dipstick that says.
Yeah, that was funny because that was
A
still on
reminder.
both. That was still
It
on.
was
both
on.
machines.
That was still on there.
Yeah. And you know when they seize up right out of the box, there's no saving them.
You
I don't
can't
know
drive
if
the piston back down and get it turning again.
No, I mean they are locked solid. I don't know.
What a
if
great bunch of parts. At least you know the coils, the switches, the brakes,
Everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's brand new.
I told the guy
Nothing
to
missing.
take him home and sell him as defective, you know,
Yeah.
because to recoup some of his money, because now he had to go and buy a third one that he promised to bring me, so I'll assemble it and make sure it can, the oily thing. And poor guy.
Worst case we had was a lady called Jake. She had bought a brand new lawnmower. She called him up. She said, "Can you help me?" Jake said, "What's the problem?" She says, "I live just down the street. I bought a brand new lawnmower, but she says, I think I put the oil in the gas tank and the gas in the oil. And that's exactly what she did.
Did she start it?
No,
Good.
The old chainsaws used to be that way. You didn't know where to put the gas.
yeah.
The oil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the
tank,
time.
And they were side by side on some of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Chain oil and oil or gas.
But
Yeah.
we've all made the simple mistakes along the way, haven't we? Let's face it. Well,
Well.
I've made my share. That's for a fact. You know, it's
Well, when I edit that, when I spilt that pan of oil, I'm going to have to use the silent button on a couple of spots there.
Beep, 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 beep,
The
beep,
beep.
beep, 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 beep.
I've been trying to find that button. I have to go back and I have to, because when you're recording, you kind of get lost a little bit when you're knee deep into something.
Oh,
Yep.
You don't know you're recording. You're just like, damn it.
well, that's part of my problem. But Mick's helped me with that. And
Yeah.
I try and pay attention to the camera a little bit more so I don't film my back for 5 minutes.
Oh, I do it all the time. Hands in the way. Yeah, I'm bad with that. Yeah.
no. My biggest failure is forgetting to film it in the first place.
No.
I do the job and said, oh, maybe I should have the camera. Oh well, too late now. Job's done. Or not done, whichever the case might be.
7 more videos and I'll have 900 up.
Yeah, I've done one like that. I've actually fixed one and then looked back at the camera like, oh man, it's just the whole thing fixed, everything, and sold the very next day. I went back to my phone just to try to see if I had the footage. Nothing. I said, oh, well, that's gone. I can't ask for that back. So
I did a video that took a half hour to make, but it showed up as only about 3 minutes.
Yo, yeah. My wife says you're out there for hours, but you're 30 minutes. I'm like, well, yeah. It's remembering to turn the thing on every time you stop.
Yeah, it takes about 3 hours worth of film to get a good half-hour video.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody that watches the videos, if it's one that you've repaired, and the guy got his invoice, say, hey, wait a minute, hold it. It only took you 15 minutes. I watched the video.
Yeah,
And you
don't
only
do
had a
that.
15-minute video and you charged me an hour and a half to fix that lawnmower. You gotta be out of business.
Yeah, that's when somebody comes over to come get something. I hide the tripod.
Yeah, most of my customers they know I'm on YouTube, but they don't look.
No,
Thank God.
my neighbors are starting to get a hold of my channel. I'm like, oh man. Don't
Mine
show-
still think I'm talking to myself.
Yeah. my
You
my
just
wife
wait
said
until
the same thing. She goes, how do you talk to yourself for so long? I'm like, it's kind of like when you're knowing that someone's going to be watching. They're just there.
Yeah.
The camera's a person.
Yeah.
Tell them that's the best conversation you had in a long time.
A long time. No one talks back.
yeah.
Nobody telling me what to do.
Yeah, I did one the other day, or I attempted to do one. I did on a tray of my most used tools. I got a hand tray. I keep all the sizes I always use and the drills and stuff. And I thought I'd do a quick video on just go through it and all the rest of it. And I got right to the sort of the end of the segment, and I got completely tongue tied. And I think I ended up saying the last word was "oh bollocks," and I never ever did ever publish that one apart from on our WhatsApp. It went out. Ken will probably find it now again. But it's that was the last one I tried to do. And of course my wires to be trike.
Oh, I
felt
bet.
so pleased with myself, got it all back together and realised I had the wrong covers on one end. Oh dear Lord. happy days.
Yeah, you had two females instead of.
Yeah, two females. Yeah, because it went all nice and easy. I thought, here we go.
Nice and easy.
Yeah. Then I had to cut them off one of them and then put on the males,
Yeah.
forcing them over the bullet connector, like
Yeah.
He was still sat out there. Now I lost a bit of heart at that point. They walk away, like,
Yeah.
walk away from it.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. How's the weather, anybody? How's the weather?
Hot.
Nice and cool today.
Nice and summery here.
Yeah,
we're
today
80.
the breeze is up off the lake and it cooled down a little bit. But we put the air conditioner on yesterday.
It's 22 degrees here.
I put mine on yesterday, actually, too, for the first time.
Yeah, mine's on today too because the humidity, it draws the humidity out
Yeah.
anyway.
You don't have an air conditioner.
Yeah, we're constantly about 22 at the moment, midday, which is just about perfect.
Yeah.
It's beautiful weather like that, bright sunshine. A little bit windy, funny though. Well, that's dropped away now because we've got 2 pigeons. My wife has fallen in love with 2 baby pigeons. Squawks, they call them. Up in the summer house we got at the end of the garden, the pigeons have built a nest. Because I was going to cut this bamboo house down this week. And I mean, the bloody pigeons have laid a nest there. She won't let me cut it down.
Squab.
Squawk,
Really?
yeah. Baby pigeons,
Squab,
yeah.
Phil. Squab.
Yeah. Good
Squawk,
deep,
yeah.
Bruce.
So we ought to wait now for them to fly away. Well, they might fall out the nest and a dog will have them. That'll solve that problem straight away.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been up there shaking, but nothing happened.
Shake it.
Pelicans are quiet.
Yeah, I had one mama in this by the shed here, and just the other day, I was watching the place next door, and all of a sudden I see a bird just kind of fly out and then hit the ground. I'm like, oh, she's kicking them out already.
Yeah.
And
I
they
only-
all
I
over
only-
my Cadillac, all over it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
I
what they
only
call
found out
it.
what. Sorry, Bruce, carry. Sorry.
That's what they call empty nest.
They've denounced it. Yep. But mine fly back every weekend.
Well,
no,
that's
my
because
kid-
they want to dump on your Cadillac.
No, it's my kids that I'm telling about.
You're the summer home.
Yeah, summer home. Yeah, but no one's got back in that nest over there by the shed.
I
Yeah,
only found out this week what pigeons feed their young ones. Did you know? There's a thing called pigeon milk. Did you know that?
Probably
Did not know.
regurgitated.
I always thought they give them worms or something
Yeah.
or other, but they call it pigeon milk. The male and the female can produce this in the crop, and they feed them this milk. I thought, that's something I never even knew of.
I don't think
What a
pigeons.
gallon of that cost.
I think pigeons are only herbivores. They don't eat bugs and.
no.
No, I think you're right. They only eat grain and stuff because they eat so much of it during the season. They can sometimes barely take off at harvest time.
Greens and a bit of gravel in the afternoon, eh?
Yeah, a little bit of gravel. Yeah, but the only good thing about it, they taste nice. At least the breast meat does.
Yep.
But,
Smoked. Mm.
Yeah, smoked pigeon's good. Yeah.
You
Not-
Danes will eat anything.
Is it like grouse here in the U.S.? Do you know?
No, grouse is.
Grouse is much better, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, grouse. Yeah, grouse are a smaller bird, aren't they?
Yep.
They're about the size of a pigeon.
Yeah, they got big fat breasts. Yep.
Yeah, I just
More feathers.
you only eat the wild pigeon, the wood pigeons. You don't eat the city ones.
Oh,
They're-
yeah.
they're
Well,
full
no,
of-
I would never eat my city ones. Yeah, they might have a little bit of W40 or something in there. I don't know.
I thought you said shitty one.
But this was dinner today.
Hang
Oh,
on.
that's nice. Smash burgers?
Yeah, onion burgers.
Yeah. Man.
Chubby will be doing your video in 2 to 3 weeks, Klaus.
Yeah, he said something was coming up. It's gonna
Yeah, he
be
said
it's gonna
2 to
be
3
fun.
weeks. He texted me last night.
Nice. I gotta stop watching his channel because it makes my stomach grumble. I get hungry. I love that
Chubby
channel.
Butcher.
Yeah, I love his channel.
I got
I should make a hobby motor burger though, a burger in between 2 prune Danish.
Yeah.
He's definitely a carnivore.
Yeah.
It's no, I like his channel. It's
gotta
food
check.
made simple and it looks good and it's good ingredients and the guy likes to do it, which is half a cooking show, isn't it?
Well, I liked his last one where he was driving his boat out in Lake Erie and it was calm as can be. That is like a rare occurrence on Lake Erie to
Yeah,
see the
very
lake like
rare.
that flat laid out.
Yeah, you ever seen a guy over here, Martin Butler, who
Yeah.
he comes up here very occasionally, not very often. He did a lot on small engines and stuff, but he seems to have gone over onto about cooking and food nowadays, which is
he's cooking now.
it's sort of, he's gone that way, which is that's fine, but not necessarily what I would want to watch all the time, to be honest. But I like to think, I've always enjoyed his small engine stuff and his restoring stuff. He's always been knowledgeable fella. And enjoy what I saw. He was over in abroad the other day, and all they were eating was English food. They were in Spain, I think.
Yeah.
Why?
I went on a week's vacation to Turkey in, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago. And when you went out for breakfast, all you could get was English breakfast.
Really?
I'm like, I'm not going this far south to get English breakfast.
No.
I can go across the channel to get that.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that's that's what tourists do,
Yeah.
Well, my old mum, bless her, she's gone now. She said, I wouldn't eat any of that foreign muck. I wouldn't eat any of that. But then she loved Kentucky Fried Chicken, which is about the worst thing you can bloody eat.
Yeah.
My dad used to eat that too. He used to love it.
Yeah.
I just had some last night, actually.
Yeah. It tastes good, doesn't it?
Kentucky Fried,
Yeah.
Kentucky Fried Buzzard.
I think
pigeon.
they changed the recipe though, didn't they, some years ago? Because it used to be much crunchier and oily. Nowadays it seems a bit different. Seems the coating seems to be not so crispy.
Yeah.
I remember when it was a real treat. On Friday, we'd get Kentucky Fried Chicken in, and family is sitting in the backyard. And now it's more of a fast food now.
Yeah.
They used to have Toonie Tuesday, but now I think it's costs $3 or $4.
In case you guys don't know, we have a $2 coin. Our $1 coin has a loonie or a loon on it, so we call it a loonie. So our $2 coin has just adopted the name called Toonie.
Toonie. Oh, for
Well,
Toonie.
Yeah, I had to put that in there. I mean,
No, good move because a lot of people don't know, Bruce.
they
That's
would, how
pretty
would you
cool.
know?
You
Well,
always
when's the
see,
Toonie beers come out? Yeah.
you always see on YouTube people trying to copy the KFC. They reckon they've cracked the 11 different secret ingredients.
Oh yeah, never.
You think, oh well, whatever.
Yeah, my
But-
son worked there for years when he was in high school, and I used to tell him, "Hey, man, he's like, you never know, Dad." He said they're top secret about it. I'm like, are you there seriously, or they're just kidding? He said, no. He said, just one person. That's it. Yep.
Yeah.
I think they put a drug in the 11th.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Of drug.
Yeah.
Must be MSG, I should think, must be in there somewhere to make it taste it good.
I tell you what, if I don't have their coleslaw, I'll get the sweats. So,
Well, it's like Oktoberfest sausage. I had Chubby Butcher works as a butcher at Sobeys, which is a local chain in Ontario. I don't know if they're in other provinces, but they make an excellent Oktoberfest sausage. But normally you can only get it like in the fall, in October, early November. Well, they just made some, and I asked them, like, how do they make it? Because I can't get Oktoberfest anyplace. And he says they have a special spice that they mix in. So they buy an Oktoberfest spice, and then that's how they make their Oktoberfest sausage.
wow.
So last night he dropped me off 2 packages. So
Oh,
I'm barbecuing Oktoberfest sausage tonight with sauerkraut, onions, and potatoes.
Nice.
See, that's the thing. Like, kielbasa and sauerkraut, I like onions with mine, and people think I'm crazy about that, but I think that a lot of people like their onions with the sauerkraut and the kielbasa. Yeah.
It's
But you gotta
genetic.
get a good kielbasa.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, no fillers.
No.
Yeah, you-
fillers.
Well, see, kielbasa, that's Polish sausage, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I'll take a boiled German one with sauerkraut, the onions, German potato salad, which is basically lard and potatoes. But that is so good.
Is that the bockwurst? So that sausage is called the bockwurst?
Yeah, the bratwurst is not boiled; that's fried. It's got
Oh, I
to
thought
be.
it was bratwurst. I thought it was bratwurst.
Yeah, you're right. Bockwurst and brat. You're right. It's a bockwurst.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
Bockwurst, I think, is the boiled one. Yeah,
you're right.
but they both
Well,
taste good.
Yeah, and
The
then
good
a good hot mustard to go with it.
Yeah.
The good thing about that German potato salad is you don't need to use a stool softener after, eh?
No. It doesn't even change color. It
Here we
just
With
go.
goes.
all that lard in there.
Oh, that
Yeah.
lard.
Made with lard. Wow.
We're going downhill already, aren't we? Here we
Yeah.
go.
I just love this small engine chat group, right? All we talk about is food and beer.
Yeah.
The hell with the small engine
Beer.
shit. We do that.
Small engine show.
We do that
Where's
all week.
Stella? Where's Stella? Come on
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Stella.
where's Stella?
Come on, we got to
I
change
put
the
the link
subject.
out, guys. I was hoping she would turn up, bring a bit of class back into this panel.
I asked her if she was going to come up. She said, "Yeah."
Oh well, I'm sure she will.
Is she working today?
Don't know. We saw her this morning, having a cup of tea in her Kit Kat or whatever it was, biscuit. I can't think what they were called.
Big cat.
So, Bruce, speaking of small engine repair, we got another one of those EX Briggs engines in that's flooding out, just shooting black smoke, right?
Right on.
So I can't wait to get this apart to see if it's that module jet that's dropped down again.
The little ball.
That
Oh,
little,
the jet itself.
the one on the bottom,
Yeah,
that
the
jet
jet
that's
itself.
Yeah, we're
got the
just
O-ring on it,
pissing gas into it.
and
Yeah.
it just
Yeah,
sucked it. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I got another module that was doing the same thing that I seal all glued it in. I'm going to just swap modules out and see how long it lasts, but I think it'll last forever.
Last week I had a nice little Briggs Quantum come in, and I tried everything, right? I even checked the valves, took the head off, everything, and I put everything back on. I changed the carburetor, 4 different carburetors, and they're pretty standard carburetor, right?
Yeah.
And it was still running rich. So I think I'm going to do an autopsy on that. I got mad at it and parted it out, but I'm going to do an autopsy on the engine just to see if that stupid plastic cammed gear slipped a notch.
And what's it doing?
It's just running rich,
Okay.
and I couldn't do anything about it except take my air hose that Klaus gave me and squirt air straight into the intake from a couple feet back, and then it would run fine, right, with the extra air.
Yeah.
So it's not opening up. Yeah.
Yeah, something's not opening up at the right time. So it'll be interesting to see if it is that cam gear that's off, a few degrees on the shaft, and if it is, I'll publish that video. So.
What's the compression on it, Bruce?
Well, you can't measure more than 70 because it's got the compression release.
Release. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think you can look up though on the specs. You can look up the compression, the correct compression with the release on.
Sometimes if you take the plug out and
Somewhere.
spin them with a drill and get them up over 300 or 400 RPM, that
Yeah.
compression release will release and you get a good puff on your finger.
Yeah.
Or run it backwards.
There you go. I should have done that.
Yeah.
Hank, you the man, Hank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Well, if anybody knows where I can get a brand new self-propelled Quantum, let me know.
Yeah.
I want one. Might have to
Are we-
wait.
I got a couple in storage over here.
Yeah, shipping.
Oh yeah.
I was working on a Quantum last week and cleaned the carburetor, put it together, fired it up, and hunting like crazy, right? Like just ridiculous.
It's thirsty.
So take the cover all off, go in there and start spraying around the intake tube. Maybe the intake tube's got a crack in it. Pull the intake tube off. That's not it. Figure it's the O-ring. Shoot carb cleaner into there around the O-ring where it mounts. It's sucking air someplace. Nope, nothing, right? I order a brand new carburetor. It was only $14 from Stents for a carburetor. I put the new carburetor on. It's doing exactly the same thing. You know what it was?
Cover.
You know that little tiny metal piece that you adjust for your RPM? Not the straight piece with the spring on it. It's the flat piece with the big hole in it and the spring hooks up
Yeah.
to the governor arm.
It's at the front.
Somebody had bent it around the opposite way. spring was hooked up to it, but now it's on the wrong angle.
Oh,
All I had to do was bend it around in the right direction, and the thing smoothed right out.
Yeah.
Because that spring has to apply like the proper amount of tension. So when
Yeah.
it's on that angle, it's not right for the size of the spring.
No, it's like it's either reacting too fast or too slow.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I just bent that thing actually 180 degrees, put it in the right position, and voila. And you know how I found that out? I had to look at one of Jake's videos, and I said, "Holy shit, that's what's wrong." That thing's in the wrong spot.
Yeah. That's funny. I've had them where I had to double up the gasket too.
Yeah, yeah. About every fourth one.
Yep. It's weird how that it can get that wave into the cover. You know,
That part of it really isn't a very good design because you're really putting
It's
a lot of
not.
faith into that little tiny trap that
Yeah.
goes over to the bulb.
That's why you hope you never damage the original.
Yeah. for sure.
I've got about 5 of those intake filter holders for the quantums in my shed.
Yeah. I can see 3 from here.
But
I
if
keep
I
them-
have to put a new gasket on, I take a bamboo skewer and I dip the point into RTV gasket maker, and I just go around the outer edge of that little tiny hockey
idea.
stick rim, and then I stick it on there, and it works every time. I get a nice.
It always leaks at the bottom with the square part at the
Yeah,
bottom.
exactly right. Yeah.
I use a bit of that gas cinch. I think that always works well as well.
Yeah.
I do like that stuff. Obviously comes from America, but we can buy it over here, and I rate that stuff very highly. You know,
I've
use
got
it
something called gasket glue from Loctite.
Loctite.
Yeah, it's a bit of a it helps. First of all, it helps the gasket stick. So
yeah,
Right.
and but they also create this surface that seals better than
Hmm.
just a gasket.
Well, a lot of the Honda carburetors, all the gaskets are actually stuck on there anyway. They actually stick them on there. Makes life easier than to assemble rather than fiddle farting around with gaskets falling in and out. I mean, I use the studs when I assemble the Honda carbs. It just makes life a lot easier.
I'm always leery of using.
The new GCVs, they are opposite. They come with the studs now.
They do come with studs, do they? Okay.
I've always been leery of using anything goopy on those intake gaskets because I've seen it get sucked right into
Sucked it in.
into the emulsion tube, and that little emulsion tube's got 16 holes in it now on the new one.
I think they keep on putting holes in it.
People don't allow it to go off long enough, do they? They try and put it back together when it's still wet and sloppy.
Yeah,
Let it
you
go
have
off,
to let it dry.
off properly.
Yeah, you got to get it a little rigid before you start slapping it all together.
Yeah.
I learned that the hard part a couple
Yeah.
times.
Question there, Guy, about a Briggs & Stratton 124. Anybody help John?
A 124T. What is that?
What is that?
That must be British.
I don't know either. Perhaps, John, you can come back with a bit more info.
There's likely more numbers to that model
Yeah,
number.
T. I don't know.
124T
Yeah, it's like
000.
124T 0063-0F1 or something.
124T02. That
There
would
you
be
go.
It's a horizontal engine, isn't it?
That's a quantum engine.
It's off of a haterette, apparently.
I knew it was British. Haterette.
It's a quantum engine.
Quantum, is it? All right.
Yeah.
I've done an old, it must be 30 years old, when the lady bought it second hand. She lives down the road, and I'd service for her every year. And every year she starts first pull, sharpen the blades up on it, and she loves it. You push it along, all the wheels are going, all squeaking along, all rattling, carrying on. She loves it to this very day, you know. It's
I'd have to
That's
see
when
the-
we say use it till the wheels fall off.
well,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, I'm surprised these wheels don't fall off, actually. I mean, they literally wobble like that.
I'd have to say that 90% of my customers now are single ladies that still use a gas mower. That's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
And they're all younger than me.
Aha.
Oh, the old ladies are coming. They're putting the old water in the fuel and then coming to see you.
Ah.
Mhm.
Yeah, right.
The
uh-huh.
silver fox strikes
What's
again.
Frank say about that, Bruce?
I'm
You
sure
watch.
Henry and I would agree with you, Bruce. We're the same sort of we're the same age group there, mate.
Yeah.
Here we go.
But you know what? And that's true. They look after their stuff. They put it in a shed that, they follow my directions. They run it out of gas in the fall somehow,
What's
And,
wrong with you, Bruce? What's wrong with you? Are you trying to make yourself unemployed or something?
Oh,
You're teaching people how to maintain them?
Hey.
easiest tune-ups ever, right?
Yeah, it is. It
That's
is.
funny.
These
Yeah.
are small engines.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah, John, that's a quantum engine, John. Go on to the Bricks and Stratton homepage.
Yeah, you'll find
Make
it all on
sure-
there.
Ma-
And there's
So
also
I'll tell you what, it's good, John. A company called Briggs Parts down in
No, no.
Dorset. They're
Yeah,
there's a
very
really good
uh,
on that. I have to add, there's a really good sheet of paper called the Briggs spec sheet, and it's got all of the motors, and it's very small printing, and then it's got all of the specs for valves and torques and head gaskets and all that stuff, all on one sheet. And stick it on the wall, and you got her.
Can
I'm
you
sorry,
post
what
the
they
link,
but
Bruce?
but the Bricks and Stratton homepage, just make sure you pick the American site. Don't pick the European one
find
because
it.
they won't give you jack. Pick the
They'll give you
American
jack.
one. Jack. Something.
Jack
It will give you
SH12.
nothing. Just pick the American one, John, and punch in that number under engine parts, and ta-da! You get the whole parts list.
Yeah. Bruce, that cheat sheet you've got there, can you get the link up for us?
Yeah, I'm just looking for it now, Phil.
Yeah, what's it called again? Yeah.
That'll be helpful for a lot of people.
It's the check chart, the Bricks and Stratton check chart.
Thank you.
Honda's got one too.
Yeah,
Well, I've seen
Google it.
Hondas, yeah.
If you Google it, it comes right up.
Would that be for the European version,
you-
not the American version, as you were
No,
saying?
you
there?
can, it comes both in metric and SAE,
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Better, yeah.
and don't mix them up.
No.
Well, that SAE business is a bit complicated, isn't it? I don't get that.
You know what? I was smart. I bought my feeler gauge set, so it has both metric and SAE on it.
Here it is.
When they talk about 13 and 2/8 of an inch, you think, what the bloody hell's that all about? It's either 12 mil or not,
Yeah.
Talking about those cartridges, by the way, and those plastic carps, I drill mine out to 0.56, and that seems to have stopped any of them hunting. I
Oh,
don't know whether they were trying a 0.5,
0.56.
0.56. It might be worth having a look at those micro drills.
There's that link for the spec sheet there.
That's in SAE.
We can handle it over here.
Yeah, I can handle it too. I just need to know which one I'm looking at.
Yeah, I'll leave that up for guys. They can copy that for a minute or two.
With
Wow.
the old Tecumsehs, all you needed was a 10 thousandths and a 20 thousandths, and you can rebuild the entire engine.
So, Phil, when you said you drilled out in that plastic card, you drilled out that jet to 0.056
Yeah.
inches?
A mil.
Mil. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, that's a big hole. That's a big hole.
Mill. Okay, all right. How about to say?
And I did my own mower with it. I got a little quail caster. I changed, had all problems with it. I drilled it out to that, and I've not missed a beat. It's not hunted once since.
0.56, eh? What's
Yeah, I
that?
got-
What size of engine is that?
That's on the Quantum 45E, I think it was.
Okay.
Bruce,
I got this one right here. This set right here is good. I'll show you real quick. It's got like
What's
the
that?
little,
Micro drills?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's got like the little handle.
Yeah,
Oh, pin vise. Yeah, pin vise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
I've
this.
got the ones with the little thicker shafts on them.
yeah, I
Yeah,
like the-
this-
Yeah, the
Yeah,
thumb
exactly.
drills. I like the thumb drills you get at Harbor Freight.
You know what I did? I had that open and I
Yeah,
knocked it
exactly.
with my
These
arm
ones
and I
got
broke
the thicker on there. I've had the thinner on and have no because it doesn't quite grip, Yeah, but the thicker does. Yep.
You know, the thumb drills are really good, actually. They got the color coded as well.
Mm.
Yeah, I brushed my hand over the top of them, and I broke off 8 out of the 10.
Oh, yeah.
But on
That's
You
those
should see my
ones,
hand.
That's
the
across
ones
the
with the
pond.
thumb screw on them, how many of the set do you actually use?
One.
I
Probably
only
about-
use
yeah.
like 2 or 3.
Right?
Three.
I think Hank's right. You only get to use one of them.
One of them?
I think so. Out of that whole set that they sell.
Well, there's only 5 sizes, but you get like 10 of each.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
pink one, yeah.
And they
Yeah,
snap
pink
off
and purple.
inside.
Pink and
And they
purple.
snap off inside the brass tube.
And then
Yeah,
you
you've
take them
gotta
out.
read.
You take. I have a video on that, taking out the brass tube and
Yeah,
pushing it from the
Saw
other
that.
side.
Good video.
That
You
is
got
good
a
video.
video on that one, Ken? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I snapped one off, and then I went in with a hook-shaped dental pick, and I pushed out the brass piece and took the same drill from the other side and wedged it out. And it got
Oh, that's a good idea because I've had broken them off before.
yeah,
Oh,
because
well done.
I didn't have the exact size pilot jet, and I was like, oh crap.
Because you can pop the ball bearing out from the top of them to get to them.
Yeah,
So
you
you
just
put
a little
a
hook, and
compressed
then you
air.
pop out the little brass piece, and then you take the same drill from the bottom and thread
Yeah.
it in. It pushes it around.
But I
Aren't you
did my
expert?
just
Can you believe that?
cover the hole and put a bit of shop cap air up through, and it popped that ball bearing straight off.
Oh,
It was easy to get to them. Mind you, I did it in a plastic bag, so I didn't lose the bloody thing.
I was
I
going to
would
say,
never
yeah,
found
flea
it.
pack, yeah.
Can you believe that this group is jetting carburetors? You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
backyard engine mechanics, and here we
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
jetting
right.
Well, I know exactly why you guys are breaking those drills off when you're drilling them jets. Do you want me to tell you?
No,
Go to
It's because you got the shakes and you're waiting for this live stream so you can have a beer.
Yeah. What's my
Henry.
excuse?
Henry,
but my hands go together like this. I'm okay.
hey Henry, do you want me to do it, or are you going to do it?
What's that?
Take him out.
That.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I was the only one to go get taken out today.
I don't know if you guys would if you get this one, there's actually an update to it.
Yeah, you got to get the updated one. Yep.
No,
Okay.
there isn't one with this update. It's for the overhead valve single cylinder, the 28
Oh, yeah.
series and the 31. The updated torque spec on head bolts are
Yeah. 318 now, right?
250.
250.
250.
Inch pounds?
Yes.
That's heavy.
What's that,
It says 25 on the sheet. I'm sorry, it says hold on. It says on the sheet, it says today 220.
Do they show it in Newton meters as well, Klaus?
Yeah, that's 28.
Yeah.
28, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kenny was working on one, and I told him usually it's 200, and he came up with 318, right?
Well, I didn't read all the instructions till the next day. So
It's the spec sheet here says for the old model it says 220, but the new updated gasket from Briggs, because they all blow the gasket,
Right?
is a new gasket and then go to 250.
Not tonight, Vincent.
So just like the old farmers, you just torque it down tight, eh?
Good and tight.
calibrate it all.
Yeah, that might not be. I mean, on a quantum, yeah, who cares, right? As
Hey,
long
all
as
I
it's
know
right.
is when I go like this, I go click, and then I know it's good.
Yeah.
You're
I torque it. Hey, I
See,
I
something
wanna
today
talk
that
about
Klaus
that.
will be interested in, and that's a 1/2-inch socket which has got a ratchet built into it. Ideal for
wow.
you doing it on especially using on torque wrenches. You know, when you have to take another bite, it's actually got a ratchet socket. If that
Hmm.
makes sense.
a ratchet on a ratchet.
That's really useful.
wretch.
Yeah, if you put ratchet socket, 1/2-inch ratchet socket, because normally, you know, you get a torque wrench, you get around and you got to take it out and re-square it. But this thing, you can just ratchet like an ordinary ratchet.
Multi teeth or something.
Yeah, 28 teeth, I think.
28. Wow.
Ooh.
Most of your torque wrenches are ratcheting.
Yeah, but not really enough though. Sometimes in the small places.
Too much of a difference between the
The
teeth.
tooth. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to talk to you about my.
They're about 18 pounds. I thought, now I can live without it, but you know.
I have my big one, my big torque wrench is a real cheap one. I only use it for blades. But it's got this nasty twist handle where you set the wrench, and then when you start torquing, the handle goes.
Ah, yeah.
Oh,
Knock it off.
Well, this one is so cheap; it doesn't have a lock bolt.
It doesn't.
Really? That's not like you, Klaus.
I know, but when I looked at a new one, it was expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a bunch of experts here. I did I repaired these PTO on my John Deere tractor, and I tried going to 12 thousandths on the gap on the clutch,
Mhm.
and it was just like,
Yeah.
don't forget it's 15 years old, right? So I ended up having to go to 20, 21 or
22.
22. And then it would spin, it would just touch
Yeah.
at 22. There's nothing I can do about that. I mean, I can't take it any closer, or it's frictioning, right? But I fixed that sucker. We'll see how long it lasts.
Is there any shims that came out with it?
No.
No.
Because
What-
there usually is a washer that kind of gives up that little gap.
Oh,
Was there a spec for the air gap for that clutch,
Yeah.
Bruce?
well, I was told it was 12, and then I went on the John Deere site and they said 20. So what I did was I just thinking it was old, I just took it up to it touched, and then I went back about 2,000.
I
You
don't
gotta
think the
use-
22 is going to hurt.
No,
gotta
but you know what? When I did the bolts up, you know, the 3 bolts on the outside.
Yeah.
When I started, there was only 2 threads on the one that I took off. And by the time I was done, I had about 6 threads showing. So it was clipping that far before it fell off.
Is the springs wore out or no?
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
It was made in 2007.
You got to use 3 feeler gauges at the same time. You put them in and you snug them, because anytime you move one, it moves
Yeah.
at an angle.
That's right.
You know? So
So
you
when I
got
finally got it all assembled, I'm laying there. You know how much I love to lay on the ground. And I actually went to all 3 and got the same measurement on all 3. And I just took my 1/2-inch ratchet and added a half or a little bit or this or that. And it just it has a nice solid clunk now. So that's all I can do. And the bolt going in, there's the radiator and the cover and the plastic air intake on top of the engine. And I
Yeah.
was really shy on using my piston stop to stop that motor to get the 50-pound click on the bolt that holds the unit on. So I just used my air, my air
Yeah, that's
impact, and I went, and I did what I thought was 50.
Yeah, no, but
You put Loctite on
it doesn't matter much because it's steel on steel.
Yeah, the old stuff, especially. Yeah.
And
And then I
put
just
put
put
blue
red
Loctite.
Loctite on the bolt so it wouldn't fall out. This
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, that'll keep her in.
Good.
It depends on how hot does that axle get. Does it get any?
It gets warm.
Well, it's
You know,
liquid cooled too.
it's spinning 3 spindles too, right? So each one of the spindles have a little bit of warmth to it, and then the PTO was a little warmer than the spindles, just from the friction of the belt. So I think I'm good.
Yeah,
Jake just ordered a PTO for a customer. I think I put it in your comment on one of your videos, Bruce, that the guy wanted to do it himself, but he was buying the parts off us. So Jake explained to him that he's got to burnish it properly or the warranty is voided. Well, anyways, the guy showed up the next day. He's got a concussion. When he was underneath the mower putting it up, he couldn't hold it up there, and he was right underneath it, and he dropped it on his head.
I seen that. Yeah, I read that.
He was laid up for 2 or 3 days. He couldn't do anything.
And I was putting that thing on there, laying on the ground, like I love to do. By the time I got it up there and around the little post for the stop, and then I had the goo on the bolt, and I'm just shaking by the time I got that 4 threads in there to hold it.
Yeah.
Wayne, what do you mean?
No
You gotta-
electro items.
what did you mean by you have to brandish? What did you say?
Burnish.
What do you?
Burnish.
Burnish
Clean it all up.
plates.
Rough it up a bit.
Don't you just? Well, what
You
I
have
was
to do, you have to do that to a brand new clutch.
With a brand, it should come with instructions that tells you that the warranty is voided if you don't burnish it. I think it's 10 times at
10
half
times
speed.
at half throttle.
Right.
And how
I
do
did it
you do
on this
that?
one too.
You engage the PTO at half throttle 10 times,
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
but at half throttle.
But
Yeah,
then I
and
saw another video that says,
with no load on it.
well, you have to have the deck
Yeah,
is
the belts and it's all hooked up to the deck.
Yeah.
almost
Okay.
at that speed. It almost stalls the engine when it all starts at the same time.
Yeah.
And you do that 10 times.
Now I don't know if the warranty is voided when you drop it on your head, but we told the guy, we said, like, when it bounced off your head, it hit the concrete. He said, yeah. So we said, well,
Well,
we
as
hope
you
it
did-
works.
Warranty voided
If
it
you did
for
dent it.
skull fractures.
Yeah.
I watched some on YouTube a while ago. A guy was, I can't remember what he was doing, but he was sat in front of a motor spinning around doing something, and the whole thing exploded and put him in A&E for 3 weeks. I don't know if you guys have seen that. You think, I mean, there's fools and then there's just stupidity. I mean, why would you be sat in front of a spinning rotor for whatever it was? You know, Jesus.
Now, have you guys ever had a bearing seize on a PTO
Oh yeah.
right to the shaft?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you've had to take the torches to take it off?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Phew.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I did. I took 3 lawnmower blades and I made myself pullers out of the lawnmower blades. I used a zip cutter to go and cut out the angle and cut a great big flat spot on the top.
Yeah.
And then I put it on the 3-jaw puller and I put it up on top of the PTO.
Oh yeah. So you have
Okay, and what I did
pressure.
is I ended up pulling
Yeah.
the PTO out of the bearing.
Yeah.
So the PTO is still good,
Yeah.
but that's how I got it off without using a torch.
I've never had a PTO I couldn't take off with the air chisel.
Oh.
Yeah, this one, the bearing was seized.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
to use the induction gun to get the inner race off
Oh.
the shaft
Whoa. Yeah.
and a bearing puller.
I use my air hammer, but that's a really good idea because with the air hammer you can't get that evenness. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
But
right
to
here.
be honest, it's only I don't know.
Right.
One in, wow. It's only one in 10 mowers that comes in here with the electric PTO.
Yeah.
The rest are just manual.
Now we had one mower come in the other day or yesterday with guy says, you got to get me a proper deck belt. So he brought the belt that was on his machine and we measured it up and it measured 105 1/4 inches. And we looked up for his model and we said it should be 103 1/4.
No.
And he said, but he said, my blades are slipping. I said, well, according to this, you need 103 1/4. And he said, I just got one from a local shop and this is the number that they gave me.
Yeah.
And I said, that's the right number. So you should be good. He said, well, order me a belt. I think they gave me the wrong belt. And I said, well, if it's the same number, I'm going to get you the same belt. The guy said, no, get me the belt. And then I need you to do a full service on the mower and put this new belt on. So take the deck off, do the full service, go and take the old belt off, measure it to the new OEM belt we got, and they're exactly the same length. Put it on, go and engage the blade engagement handle and find out that it's not traveling far enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the reason it's not traveling far enough is the blade engagement handle that's beside the deck raise and lower handle is bent about 2 inches down.
Mm-hmm.
So he's losing that 2 inches of travel. So now the weird thing is, like, you got to rip all this apart, right? Or you got to heat it up and straighten it out. But the bad thing is, for the deck engagement, they use like 1/2 inch steel bar.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the deck engagement, which is like, you got that spring and you're fighting and it's half the size. It's like spindly.
Yeah.
And I said, even if you straighten it, it could bend again.
Yep.
It's funny. I had the same exact problem with that white that I had on the show. I didn't show me heating that up, but I had the same exact problem. it would like almost like be engaged half on and half off.
Yeah.
And not enough travel. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like somebody sat on it and like kind of, or something, or just from over the years,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about MTDs, the cheaper
Yes.
MTDs we get here. I don't know if they are half size or what, but
This was an MTD.
Yep,
yeah,
mine too.
whenever I have MTDs in, I always buy the OEM belt. And I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of buying Oregon or rotary belts because I think they're better than OEM.
Yeah.
But when it's MTDs, I always get an OEM one because usually when they drop the deck all the way down, you get the angle,
Yeah.
they slip off.
Yeah.
And same thing goes with some of the John Deeres. I just go and get the OEM belt because I don't want to deal with customers that says after 2 weeks, oh, it slipped off again. You gotta
Just let you guys know, I got Bruce in the cellar. There's family stuff going on, so
all right.
the kid. That's why Bruce is not up. He's
Yeah,
down the
that's fine.
cellar at the moment. Yeah, his granddaughter's around, I think, so best to stay out. But there we go.
Well, I appreciate you fellas. I gotta go. I got the missus telling me give me in the queue. So
See you, Brian.
Take
I
care,
appreciate
Lewis.
you guys so much. Thank
Hey,
you.
buddy.
And
All the very best, mate. Great to see you.
yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, all the best.
Thank you, guys. My little 3-year-old great niece just showed up, and she runs the show.
Yeah, they tend to do that. That's nice.
Yeah, I'd put you in the cellar, Bruce. For your privacy, that was all. You're back up now.
Yes, thank you.
No problem.
She just had her second.
Yeah, sorry.
She just had her second day at soccer.
Ah,
Soccer. What's soccer? Is that like football?
Football.
Yeah.
it's
Come on
this
in.
weird, it's this weird game that I don't get. Once
We're
you
not allowed
get
to
the
have
ball,
on here.
shh.
I normally watch the last 2 minutes.
I don't watch it at all. I mean, I think it's just not for me. It really isn't.
I must admit, I don't follow it myself, Klaus. I'm a rugby and cricket man, mate.
I would
Yeah, I
watch
like
rugby
rugby.
any day over regular soccer.
Hmm.
Absolutely, or football. Yeah,
Bye-bye.
American football. I'll watch that. Especially college ball is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yes, I know no one under 12 allowed, so she just she's in and out.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
nice
you're
to have
getting
grandkids,
invaded.
mate. Nice to have them.
Well, you're getting invaded by midgets.
A chamber pot behind me. No, that's the wife's washing basket.
I made a comment earlier. I said, "What is that on the chair?"
There.
You don't even have to go to bed. You can just keep sitting there.
Chamber pot. Love it. Oh dear.
Good one, Dolly.
Yeah.
We made me smile anyway, Tommy. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so we're missing Stella tonight. We're missing Big John. And
And where's the mixer?
the Mick, I don't know where Mick. He's probably watching a film with Sue, I expect, or something. Or he might be in his. He
He's
might be
likely in the hot tub.
Yeah, that. Well, he was in the hot tub yesterday. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's he's around. Excuse me. Oh dear, excuse me. Yeah, hey, make the best of it when he's not here, guys. Come on. Oh dear.
So, Phil, if you're not getting a lot of stuff in the fix, you got to go out and buy some stuff, fix it up, and sell it. Do a video.
Yeah.
To be honest, well, you say that, mate. Stuff around here at the moment is either crap, literally falling to pieces, or they want the same money as I'd sell it for in the first place.
Oh, okay.
There's just, I don't know what's going on around it. It's just sort of tight asses, basically.
I had 5 trade-ins this year, and they're all bad.
Yeah.
I have completely stopped selling used mowers. I'm not.
I don't mind doing it, but when they take they take a carburetor and then there's no filter holder and there's no this, no that, it's like, ugh.
Yeah, I mean, I've learned my lesson now, guys. I mean, I always used to over-engineer everything,
There's
But-
Stella.
Oh, there you go.
Why is that? No, I think my biggest problem is I overdo it. I can't.
Yeah,
I mean, if the blade looks worn, I'm not going to sharpen it just because I'm flipping. I'm going to
No.
replace it, and that means in the end I don't make any money.
Well, I've got a box of blades. I can usually scrounge up something that has a bit of a lift.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I stopped doing that. There's more money in repairing other people's stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I just hate repairing stuff for other people though,
do?
unless they're the gals around the neighborhood.
No, I love it. I love it. I mean, especially tractors. They use so many parts. I'm making money on it.
Oh yeah. Riding mowers, there's a fortune in them.
Yeah.
Can you believe what that would have cost me to fix my tractor? The PTO in Canada, $300.
Yeah.
The blades would have been $300 because they're the cross blades for the Corona deck.
Hideously expensive.
The belt, just the belt for the deck was another $90.
And then add the labor and the sales tax.
It would have been $1,500.
The belt, Bruce, is that the 6-sided one?
No, but it is 66 and 11/16 or something long. It's a John Deere belt, so you can't use the 66 and you can't use the 67.
I had a John Deere where normally the blades they go in opposite direction.
Yeah.
This one they went in the same direction.
All of them go in the same direction.
Yeah, but that means that the belt it runs on it's. Are you sure? Is it a regular belt?
Yeah. 1 second. I gotta find it now.
Hey, Phil.
Yo,
I got a what is it if you want to do a what is it.
you got one, Ken?
Well, this is my 23rd year doing small engines, and what started me off was my first tractor, which is an International Harvester Cub Cadet back from the 60s, all right?
Yeah.
So if anyone who knows International Harvester Cub Cadets will know this part. So I don't know if any of you ever worked on those old ones, but here's a part. You can zoom me in, Phil.
Yeah, I'll bring you up.
Anyone that knows International Harvester Cub Cadets will know what this part is right off.
And put it in the comments, right?
There'll be like 3 of you, right?
I don't know. There's the bottom view. And instantly, anyone who knows International Harvester Cub Cadets will know what that is. Let's see if anyone out there knows International Harvester Cub Cadets. If no one says anything in a minute or so, I have a hint that
I don't know it.
Way.
No, me neither.
It's got a hole in it right there. There's a hole. And the hole is for a split pin. That's all I'll give you right now.
Got to be a clamp of some description, doesn't it?
Nope.
A split pin.
Yep. Anyone who knows International Harvester Cub Cadets should know what that is.
Would be something to do with the axle, Ken?
Nope.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint, and if you know International Harvester Cub Cadets, this will give it away.
Is it for the steering shaft?
It's only used on a hydrostatic Cub Cadet.
Motor Coach says it's a shim.
It's a brake clip.
Nope.
That's what I said. Nope.
Motor Coach says it's a shim, Ken.
What did you say?
Shim.
A shim.
Nope. It has a function. It serves a function. It serves a function.
Yeah. I think so far we have learned that not many people know International Harvester Cub Cadets.
A spring cover.
Nope. Like I said, if you know anything about hydrostatic International Harvester Cub Cadets, you have either broken this, or it fell off, or you've been stranded because it fell off.
How big is it?
About 2 inches by 2.5.
Oh, it's a good size.
Armrest for a Garrett metal detector.
You guys give up?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd have to.
I'll get a picture. I'll show you how it works. It's called the hydro release flapper. What happens is that flapper is on a lever on the console underneath where your nuts are, right? And you have a lever on the right-hand side, and you pull up on this lever, and it depresses the 2 buttons on the hydro relief valves on the Sauer Danforth hydrostatic pump, and it allows it to be pushed.
Oh.
Wow.
So it's a nut holder. Yeah, that's what I got out of it.
Hydro release flapper, we call it.
Yeah, I think it's a cricket box for
But all I'm
midget.
saying is, if you go to ihcupcadet.com, which is my original, the site I used to be on 24 hours a day to learn about International Harvester Cup Cadets, did that for years. I was a big contributor. And you put that picture on, boom, in like 8 seconds, someone will come on. You know,
Hey, Klaus, actually, the mower that you were working on that you painted and all that, the Simplicity, that also has that kind of.
It has it, but it doesn't have that type of release. That
Right.
one has a spring-loaded up and down C-shaped piece that you push down, and the C-shaped channel pushes both of the buttons down.
I can't even remember what the release was on that. I forgot all about it fast. Once it was out the door, I don't even remember the brand name. It was so expensive.
I want to show you that picture at the top of my deck, Klaus. I have to use my camera because I'm lousy at sharing screen.
Yes, sir.
Hang on. So all the blades turn in the same direction. It goes out, back, and around, and then back through again.
Is that your 6-blade deck, Bruce?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they go in the same direction, but I've had one where they go in opposite direction,
Oh,
and that's
the drive there.
Yeah. That's a nice looking deck, Bruce.
You know, you either I said this in the video, my last video. You either love them or you hate them. If you happen to have long grass, of course you're going to hate it because there's no option but mulching.
That's underneath the cover where you see it pinned to the shaft, and then the flapper flaps down and pushes on the 2 buttons.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I should go to bed a wealthier man tonight for knowing that, Ken.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
You still got a tractor?
Yeah, I do. I have my original 107. In fact, here's a funny story. I emailed a guy named Craig McConaughey. He's on the forum site was started in 1998, and it was called the Voyager Forum for International Harvester Cup Cadets. And a guy named Brian McMean updated it to its current iteration called the IH Cup Cadet Forum in 2000. And I've been a member since. And I asked Craig, my original member photo showed my 107 back from March of 2000 when I bought it in my garage. And for some reason that photo got lost. And I'm like, I wonder if Craig, we call Craig the keeper of the photos. I said, Craig, you wouldn't happen to have my old member photo from 23 years ago. He had it. He sent it to me. Hold on. Let me see if I got it. Hold on. This is a picture taken in my garage 23 years ago when I first bought this tractor.
Nice.
Yep, that's my garage 23 years ago.
It just looks like the one
same.
we have now. Yeah.
It was untidy in those days as well, then, Ken.
No,
That's a nice tractor. That's
Yeah.
a nice
It's a 1969 Cup Cadet 107, meaning 10 horsepower, 7 meaning hydrostatic. If it had a 3-speed, it would be a 106. For that.
What engine is on it?
A Kohler K241A,
Nice.
10 horse K series.
I know that
First,
engine well.
first small engine I ever rebuilt.
So now we need to see a
I've got one on
picture
a-
of you, Ken, 23 years ago.
I've got one on a little dolly because it's so heavy I can't move it around.
Oh, I got all kinds of old pictures. Oh, did I tell you I found Mrs. Briggs online?
All righty. Uh-huh.
Easy.
Easy. Yeah, leave it.
Teethy.
I'm just gonna go play with my niece for a bit. I might hang around for the after party too.
Hey, you guys see James Condon lately? Now he's into motorcycles.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
hate when people move into motorcycles. I don't want to watch
TTR, a Yamaha TTR with no ignition switch. So I went online and I found.
I mean, scooters and motorcycles does nothing for me.
Man. Do you ever ride? Have you ever ridden a motorcycle?
Yeah, right up until the cop said it's a good idea to stop doing it.
How you doing, Stella?
Ah,
Hey,
I didn't want to feel left out.
wait, hold on. I gotta get my safety. I gotta get my safety gear on. Wait a minute. Wait. There we go.
Pretty good, huh?
Pretty
Oh,
good,
God, I
Stella.
Yeah.
Pretty good, Stella. Pretty
Wait, hold
good.
on.
Oh man,
Hold on.
nice, Kenny.
There we go. All right,
I'm invited to a tea party.
we're
There
good.
you go.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
Will there be crumpets?
there should be some good tea, I'll bet. Yeah,
Wow, this makes my screen look like daylight.
it does. It's better though. I think it like helps like even things out some.
You know what? On some level, I'm not sure which one, but Kenny, you scare the heck out of me with that stuff on there.
I'll beat you like I own you.
That's right.
Henry, you got a refrigerator.
Hey,
right
what's
beside
that?
you?
What's that, Hank? What bar? What bar?
Hank's got a freezer right beside him, loaded with snacks.
No, Dove Bar.
That actually sounds pretty good to me.
That's a Magnum.
Ooh.
The only international ice cream, a Magnum. Yep.
I know those are like what, 1,200 calories, Hank?
Yeah.
Whatever. Who's coming?
Per
When
bite.
you get,
Hey,
when
when
you
you're
get
that
our
old,
age,
you
Kenny, we don't care.
There you go.
I'm not looking to win any
No.
Charlotte Atlas.
How you doing, Stella? You right, Louis?
Oh, I have been got stuck on a project that I was having trouble getting out of, and it's going to be an open project. I'm gonna have to like put a tarp over it in my front yard because I can't get it finished. So it's gonna be kind of ugly for a few days.
That's fine.
I know, nothing
a-
like starting on something and then you can't finish it because you really don't know what's wrong. You know, I don't want to keep throwing parts at things. So anyway, it's a long story. It's not worth it.
Is it a scooter or?
Yeah, it's scooter. Yeah. And it's got some cooling issues. And so I've sort of gone through everything I can go through without throwing any more parts at it, you know, swapping relays. And, you know, I did buy a new thermostat for it because I figured it needed it. It was all rusty and all messed up. So anyway.
Is it water cooled?
Yeah. It's water cooled, fuel injected, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's a good scooter. But yeah, I can't get it to. It's seemingly wanting to overheat, and so I'm in the midst of trying to flush out all the old stuff in the radiator and get some good stuff in there. But it's still running hot, so I'm not fond of that. So
Air bubble.
No. Actually, it actually is nice. It actually has a breather to release air right on top of the thermostat. And so I run like a plastic tube, like a clear 1/4-inch tube from there directly to the reservoir until all the bubbles bleed out. And then that's how I've been running it and flushing. I've run probably 2 gallons of distilled water through there to get all the rust out of the system. And last night I left it with some vinegar in there. I added some vinegar to the water to help, you know, break down whatever. The water pump is working, you know, it's, you know, open the throttle, it shoots water out of the little tube and back into the reservoir. So I don't know. It's a mystery.
Hmm.
You realise that, Stella, we haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
Klaus does.
For once, I do. For once, yeah.
Yeah.
I worked on dirt bikes, water cooled dirt bike.
Yeah.
And those things. That's why I said air bubble, because some of those, the Yamahas and the Kawasaki's and the KTM's, that they would create an air bubble somewhere in the system that you couldn't bleed. So
that's why you got to vacuum it out.
Yeah, but you basically had to stand the machine up to get the air out, because that bubble would stop the water from circulating.
Well, this little bleeder valve is basically not at the highest point. The reservoir is slightly higher, but everything else is below it. There's 2 radiators below it and the water pump. So I'm pretty confident that it's all bled out.
But if you get crap coming out of it, it's probably got a blockage somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, it's running clear now. It was like rusty water when it first came out, and so now it's running very clear. So I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Is it overheating fast? Or
no, it heats up normally, and there is another fan that will come on, and most people complain that the fan comes on too often, like when you're idling. And the other day I was like piddling around doing something, and when I turned, I was like, man, the temperature is way up, and the fan never came on. So I pulled the fan, and I can put 12 volts to it and it runs, though it feels kind of weird, but I'm not ready to drop, more than $100 on a new fan. So
yeah, well, it's one of
Can you-
those.
Can you put a vacuum on it to get any air bubbles out then, Klaus?
No,
You can't
No.
put a vacuum on there.
no, it's got to
No,
work itself out.
but that bleeder valve just pushes all the air right out of the top and
Yeah.
right through the tube and back into the reservoir. So
But some of the competition bikes that I won't say I worked on them. I helped someone work on them. They
right.
would run something a coolant that isn't water based.
Right. It's called water wetter or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty expensive,
Yes.
but it allows you, I think, about 15 degrees C more before it boils.
Right.
So
Right.
you can get a lot
It's
hotter.
called Evans waterless coolant.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing? Water wetter?
No,
Water?
Evans waterless. There's no water in it. It'll last for like 20 years. A lot of collectors use it in there. It doesn't promote corrosion. There's no water in it.
Interesting, because I'm only supposed to, these things, if I don't buy the original stuff from the factory, it's supposed to be, an extended life, OAT, no silicates and that sort of thing, because apparently so. Well, I'm assuming it's working correctly, Tommy. I don't know, because it does have a water temp sensor. I can get that for about $30. I'm willing to throw $30 at it, but it's all right. We'll see. Life in the fast lane.
Motor Coach, South Central. You should stop and saw Mick down in Bognor Regis.
You enjoying that ice cream, Henry, aren't you?
I love it.
Yeah. We're all sat thinking we wish we could have one.
What flavor was it, Hank? Just chocolate coated or no?
No, it's got 4 different things. Got chocolate, got caramel, a different type of chocolate, and the vanilla.
No.
I buy the little Dove bars.
Well,
They're
we
really
just have to have
tiny.
a beer, mate.
Talking about beer, I'll be right back.
Did you enjoy your cup of tea this morning, Stella?
Yes, sir, I did. And I shouldn't be eating sugar that early in the morning. That's what I can say to that.
Oh, yeah. What was the biscuit you were eating? I didn't pick up on what it was.
It's called a Tim Tam. And
Oh,
they're
Tim Tam from Australia.
Tim Tams, they're from
Andy, I don't
Australia.
have one. I ate it.
Yes, and I went to the hoity-toity grocery store, and they were on the shelf, and I was like, oh wow. And because if you look up Tim Tams on like Amazon, so
Unfortunately,
they're like
little kids aren't allowed to come on
$20
here
for a little package.
because
And what
But
are
these
they?
are like-
Are they a cookie or a biscuit?
Yeah,
I'll
here
be
you go.
right back.
All right, Wayne.
Oh, is that big enough cup there?
nothing like water from a 3-year-old.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Tim
you got to bite both ends off and suck it through the tea through it.
That's what I did this morning, and it was really melt in your mouth. I kid you not. It was tasty.
Yeah.
But I don't need to eat more than one of those in the morning. My name is Stella. That's
We're
pretty
having a
good.
tea party, Stella.
I know.
Look at the size of this thing.
Looks like a nice tea party to me.
Mm-hmm. She pours it and everything. Little hand on top.
British Pale Ale.
A UK wagon wheel.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Wayne.
wagon wheels. Those are popular.
Yeah, I like those.
Is that
It's like
next
a
to the
marshmallow
Piggly
filled
Wiggly? No,
biscuit
it is
filled
not
chocolate.
next to the Piggly Wiggly. No, Bill, it's not.
What was that from? Piggly Wiggly. What was that from?
Piggly Wiggly was a grocery store chain down in the
but
south.
was it Married with Children, or what show did they reference that a lot?
Oh,
They
That
referenced
was
it in the TV
that
show.
was the redneck guys.
Yeah.
Bill Foxworthy.
Oh, was it?
With the Piggly Wiggly bags. Yeah.
yes. I actually have Piggly Wiggly bags
Yeah.
because I went to a Piggly Wiggly in South Carolina one time. They still have them down there. So yeah.
Hey Stella, do they still have Stuckies down there?
Yes,
very
I actually stopped at one on the way down to a scooter rally I was going to last summer somewhere in
Okay.
South Carolina. Of course.
Stuckies pecan roll. Oh, those are so good.
Yes, or pecan log.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Feel free,
it-
John.
A
And
pecan.
I think if
Pecan.
you're from the South, you have to call it a pecan. Pecan is just not the right thing. So
Pecans
Oh,
are
that
great.
70s show. They had Piggly Wiggly in that a lot. 70s show.
oh, okay. Tommy, it's a Vespa GTS 300.
That's a pretty big scooter.
Mm.
Yeah.
FYI, Piggly Wiggly was the first self-serve grocery store.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Hmm.
Huh.
Strange name for a store. I mean, we would call it Co-op or Tesco's. Piggly Wiggly.
Well, their whole logo was a little happy little pig,
Mm.
With the,
with his little snout and nose and whatnot. Yeah.
the curly tail.
Yeah, curly
Guess
tail.
you had
And
to be there.
they turned into there you go. Piggly Wiggly. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, kind of a weird thing,
They sell a lot of pork.
Oh, they sold everything. It was like a regular. If around here, the smaller town grocery stores were called IGA, which are Independent Grocer Association.
Yeah, had them here.
And I think they and Piggly Wiggly were somehow intertwined. I don't know. Most of them all closed up. There's still a few in some small towns. Yeah. Yep. They're there.
Well, it ain't selling it to me anyway. I mean, it's not Tesco's.
Well,
No.
It looks more like a fast food outlet to me.
Oh, grocery store. Grocery store.
No, it's a grocery store. But it was all and of course, I'm not sure anybody's going to get this joke, but it was a joke way back in the 80s where we have another grocery store called Harris Teeter, okay, which was now bought out by Kroger, which is the biggest grocer. But the joke around there was that that Harris Teeter, Piggly Wiggly, and Big Star, that was another one, all merged, and they hired Dolly Parton as their spokesperson, and the new store was Big Wiggly Teeter, is what they called it. Old joke, long time ago.
It's cute.
Probably inappropriate in this day and time, but it's all right.
Well, you know what?
No, that's okay.
It's
And I don't think Dolly minds.
I don't think she was.
She's got a.
I wouldn't mind Dolly.
She just got. Yeah, she just has got a record of the most albums or something now.
Oh yeah, she's an amazing individual.
She is.
Dolly Parton advertising coconut cake. Yeah, she got some coconuts.
No.
See, I don't start this.
Just
See,
keeping abreast
you guys
of all the
blame this
issues.
all on me. It's not.
Just keeping abreast of the issues.
Here we go.
Is that,
Here we
is
go.
that why? Is that why they call it size D for Dolly?
Size
Yes.
decent. Oh.
She's got to be about 80, eh?
Yeah.
Somewhere I think she's in her late 70s. I think.
I think
She's one of the-
she's an 80 G cup. Yeah.
She's one of those persons when you see her on
Oh, she's so funny though, right?
whenever you
Oh, yeah.
see her on TV or interviews, she just makes you smile. I mean,
Oh,
she,
yeah.
makes you happy. She makes you happy. She's
Yeah. Someone asked her, who does your hair? She says, I don't know. I'm never there.
That's true. That's true.
I read somewhere that she only ever wears long sleeve frocks nowadays because she's got tattoos. I don't know if that's true. or
Yeah,
not.
yeah. She's to cover a tattoo. She'll never wear short sleeves.
Okay.
Really?
I mean, pictures of her when
I
she
didn't know
was
that.
younger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a. They
I
they
remember I read it
look it up,
somewhere.
Dolly Parton tattoos.
I don't have any tattoos.
You'll
because
never
who
see
want-
her in a
Who,
short
want,
sleeve.
who wants to put a sticker on a Ferrari, right?
You learn everything on Conker's life, Stella.
Wow, I'm googling that right now. Of course, yeah, she does have long sleeves on.
Yeah, always, never a short sleeve.
Always, yeah. But you see pictures of her when she's a lot younger. She used to have short sleeves. So he's had something that's happened in the relatively recent past.
Yeah. Usually people get tattoos for something big in their life, right?
Yeah, like Al
Overcome.
Pacino and what you call it, the other guy, they're in their 70s and 80s, and they just have babies now.
Frozen embryos.
Yeah.
No,
No.
Italian stallions, believe me.
Viagra.
Yeah.
I'm going to sue those guys for non-support.
Oops.
Tell them that's good.
Oh dear.
I gotta go.
Let's look at it up now. Look.
I'm doing dual dual duty here. I gotta be uncle too.
Uncle B.
When I get home from the Duchess, I do a dual duty.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Stella. I missed the button. I missed it.
Yeah.
TMI. TMI, Kenny. TMI.
Yeah.
Right, guys, that's me 2 hours. I'm going to pull the wire. Okay, so, not pull the wire. What on earth am I saying? I'm going to pull the plug.
Okay, Phil.
Thanks, everybody, for turning up. As always, a brilliant panel. Made even more better by the glamorous Stella tonight.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having me. I
Next
enjoyed
week-
being here.
Next week, same time, Phil, or
Same time next week, mate. We'll be here. All
okay,
being well.
buddy.
There we go. And of course, everybody in the comments, all the great comments we've been having tonight. And we've even spoke about small engines a couple of times in mowers. Good God.
I don't know what that's about.
Things
Really
things
frightening, isn't it?
So cheers, everybody. All the very best to you. Have a brilliant